what I wanted to do was really direct the film. I had gotten someone who wanted to fund the film, but he said he was going to direct it. He was like, "Oh, this
That was the
script,
caveat, like
yeah, this," and he had not directed before. Like this, not even a short film. I'm like, "What do you want to do?" Acting and directing, it is a lot
Right.
of. It is one of the 100 ways to die. I don't know. I just advise young filmmakers, yeah, with your first projects, wear as much hat as you can,
Okay.
because it is going to help you moving forward. Like you're going to know what you're telling people to do. All my short films, I wrote, produced, directed, edited myself. What I didn't do was act. I'm not going to take the credit because I would like to say a lot of it is calling. I feel like I was called to do this.
You know, and that's the thing about acting. There's the skill part of it, there's the gift and talent part of it. Like you mentioned, you've had this for a long time.
Which is why I say like this thing is just, it's calling. Like, I mean, like I'm spiritually connected to my gifts. So which is why I can play characters as natural as they should be, because I will just be there and I'm like, okay, I start feeling what the character is feeling.
Are you worried that other producers might not, or other, you know, casting guys might not see you in other lights aside from the emotional roles that you've played, or you've always played?
If you see the script of Hijack 93, you would know why anyone would jump on it. It was so good. So if you give me something I feel like, oh, you're trying to underestimate what I can do, I'm going to say no to it. This may sound cliche, but the first thing I do is pray.
No, it's not cliche. I mean, one should pray.
I pray, and then I ask God, help me with this character. I just know that I don't know anything. Like, let me tell you, like people see me and maybe see my films and see like my performances and feel like, oh, this boy knows a lot. I don't know Jack. A lot of actors that I've worked with as a director myself, they do not put in work. They just read the script and they come. Like, you have to actually, what is this scene? What is my intention in this scene? What is my character's intention? What's my character's motivation? You have to like break down the scene. Where Holy Spirit comes in is informing you of like these things. But you have to sit down and, okay, I want to now break down my scene, and Holy Spirit now informs you of what you should break down. For The Boy Who Gave, I had help. I had Nse as my acting coach. They helped me, like they held me. See, I wouldn't have given that kind of performance without them. There's some directors that I've worked with and they'll just sit down. Okay, you do this, you do this, you do this, action. Like, what's that? Dami, people are suffering in this life, and a lot of times they end up not making it. And because God would help you, and you just do small things, favor comes and you make it, and you just feel like you're the one who has hustled the most, or you're the one who has, like, you know, put in the most work. I grew up in a community where I see people suffering from the beginning of their life to the end of their lives, and they die, and you know, they don't end up making it. But you know, we tell stories that just only show the people that made it. So there are a lot of people in the graves, and they're like, bro, I struggle and I still don't make it. So who is going to tell my story?
Okay, it's another interesting episode of It's a Wrap. My name is Dami Dawson, by the way, for those who do not know, and I'm a film commentator in Nollywood, and I talk about good stuff, and I comment on Nollywood in general. And today, I'm having a very good conversation with, you know, not aspiring anymore, I'll take that out, a very intentional filmmaker. You know, when I talk about films and the kind of films that we should be making in Nollywood, there's certain people that sort of embody that line, you know, and I'm happy that they are the young ones, the ones who are not, they don't have a seat at the top table yet, you know, but they're getting there. And one person that comes to mind, I mean, my guest today his name is Allison Emmanuel. I saw his film, The Boy Who Gave, at AFRIF last year, and it was good to see for so many reasons, right? He made the film at 23, 23. He directed the film, he produced the film, he starred in the film, you know, and it's just not your regular story. So I won't say a lot. I'll let Allison do the remaining of the talking, okay? Welcome to It's a Wrap. My guest today is Allison Emmanuel.
Thank you. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Let's get into it. The Boy Who Gave. First off is, why would you want to make a film in this space at this time, considering the anomalies, how difficult, how expensive it is to make a film? It wasn't like you had the money sitting in the bank or
Yeah.
somewhere. Why did you want to make a film? I know you as an actor,
Yeah.
so why did you want to make a film, especially at this age? A lot of people your age would wait till they're there before they start to, okay, I'm there now. So if I make a film, people will go see it. But
Yeah.
why did you make a film at the time you made a film?
So I'm as much of a filmmaker as I am an actor.
Got it.
I've always made stuff. I think before I even knew that I wanted to act, I knew that I wanted to make films. From like childhood, I knew that I wanted to make films before I knew that, oh, I can act, So, and I sort of don't pay attention to a lot of things. I'm a very delulu person, so I live in my world.
Right.
I'm very, detached from quote unquote the reality of the industry. So, it was when after I made, The Boy Who Gave, that I started to like, okay, what's the reality now, But like when I want to make stuff, when I want to do stuff, I just shut everything out and just go for it and just know that it's going to be successful. So yeah, I've always wanted to make films, always.
I mean, it's good that you eventually, put that, idea or thoughts or dreams into reality. You talked a bit about your uncle's support.
Yes.
When you were making the film. Now, a lot of us, growing up, you want to make a film, your folks are gonna, they think you have a spiritual problem. They probably take you to the church. But you made a film and you had support from family, I'd say that. How did that go? First off, when you wanted to make the film, where did you think support would come from? Did you have family in mind at the beginning, or was it during the process?
So I never reached out to my uncle for support. Ever. I was pitching to a lot of people, brands, other, personal investors and all of that, private investors and all of that. I never reached out to my uncle. He reached out to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so our family is weird. So like, they are like the people who don't have money,
right,
and who have money,
right.
And I'm from the people who don't have money, So that's my own side. So I sort of never really affiliated with the other side of the family. I just really used to do my thing. So he reached out to me and he was like, "Oh, I've been seeing what you've been doing, and I didn't even know you were related to me because you've never said anything to me. You've never said, because he lives abroad and everything. And it's like, why have you just been on your own and you've never even said hi to me or anything like that? I've been seeing your stuff. I've been seeing your short films.
Sorry to cut you. Did you know about him?
I did.
Okay.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
So I've been seeing your stuff on Netflix with Hijack. I've been seeing, and then someone mentioned that you were from Bonny. So I checked you out and realized that you are my cousin's brother, my cousin's son. So what haven't you? So he's like, okay, let's work on something. I'm like, okay, there's actually this thing that I've been working on. I was very close to getting investors for The Boy Who Gave, but they pulled out last minute. So the script was just there because I wrote it in 2024. I was 22 at the time. So I told him about what I had. Like, okay, cool, let's do it. And yeah, that's how it came about.
And that's a very interesting story. I'm not sure you've thought.
I've never said it to anyone.
Because I was like, because you always talk about your uncle, even when we're at the Now Exhibitor Showcase. They also came out. I think they came out, right?
Yeah, he did.
And it's good to have support from family who exactly see the dream. Not a lot of us, got support from family, especially when you want to do something that is not white collar. Yeah. And you want to make films or make music, and you're like, are you? But now I think they're letting their kids do that. Now let's come back to the film, The Boy Who Gave. Now there's this thing you say in Nollywood about someone that wants to do everything. You want to write, you want to direct, you want to produce, you want to star in the film. It's like, why can't you just choose one?
Yeah.
And you wore a number of hats, So why did you, step into writing, producing, directing, starring? Could you have easily done one or two?
Yes. Actually, what I didn't want to do was act in it. So I wrote the film, first of all. I had free time. I just moved to Lagos.
Yeah.
Work wasn't coming. I was like, okay, cool, let's start writing, because I don't like to screenplay. It is a lot of work. So I wrote the film within a span of 7 months, because I would write one scene today, not write for another day, right? So just like that. So when I was done, it was now time to, okay, let's start getting the money for the film and putting everything together. That automatically makes you the producer. You know, gathering everybody, gathering the funds and everything. What I wanted to do was really direct the film. I had gotten someone who wanted to fund the film, but he said he was going to direct it. He was like, "Oh, this
that was the
script,
caveat, like
this," and he had not directed before, like this, not even a short film. I'm like, "What do you want to do?" So this film, this script is so good. I feel like this is what I want you to launch my directing career. I can fund it. I'll give you that, but I just want to direct it. I said, "Sir, thank you so much for the offer, but I will decline." So I declined that. What I didn't want to do was act. Up until like 2 weeks to shoot, I was still looking for who was going to play the lead. You know, I was going through a lot of self-tapes, going through a lot of like people, a lot of auditions and everything. And it just didn't, not to downplay any of the people who sent in auditions or any of the people who had checked out. But it felt like when I compare any of them to what I can do with the character, it felt like I could do better.
Right.
You know, so I was like, I need to find someone who can play this character better than I can. You know, and I was not finding that. And then my DP Fadamna, he was like, "Allison, I think you should play this character." And I was like, "No," because acting and directing, it is a lot of work. It is not one of the 100 ways to die.
That's right. You're correct.
So I was like, "Oof, that's crazy." So I finally like, okay, cool, let me do it. Up until like day 1 on set, I didn't think I could do it. When it was when we finished day 1, I was like, "Oh, okay, I think I can do this." So yeah, it just happened. I can't do it. And I don't know, I just advise young filmmakers, with your first projects, wear as much hat as you can.
Okay.
Because it is going to help you moving forward. Like you're going to know what you're telling people to do.
Right.
All my short films, I wrote, produced, directed, edited myself. What I didn't do was act. Which is why I was so scared to now act and direct in my first feature, because I'm like, you've made a dozen short films, you've never acted in any of them. So like, why do you think you can now do this and do this in a feature? I edited all my short films. So even for post-production for The Boy Who Gave, I sat with my editors from beginning to the end of every cut.
As it should be.
You know?
Yeah.
With the colorists, every single, you can increase the red here, tone down the green. It was literally that, because I had edited and colored and sound designed all my short films, so I knew what I was telling them to do. So I would advise young filmmakers, wear as much as you can in your first project, so that when you're now too busy and you're now employing people, you can confidently tell them that no, that's not what it should be.
Did you go to film school?
I've never been to film school.
So how did you? I mean, you seem to have a very good knowledge of. I mean, there's this. I know what I want, what I'm seeing, which I tell people a lot. That, I mean, for instance, I comment in film. I've not made a film before.
Yes.
And you know, on social media, when I talk about films, everybody's like, "Go and make your own."
Yes.
Do this, and I'm like, I really don't have to make a film. But when I see, it's like when I taste food and I know there's too much salt, I can really tell you that it's too much. I don't need to know how to cook. But you didn't go to film school. So where did the knowledge come from?
I don't know. It was just basically trying out stuff with my phone. I got my first smartphone at 16, and then I started making content, like making videos. You go to my Facebook, like down. I would like I wouldn't call them skits, because it felt more like short films. So I would play mommy, daddy, this one, that one, use different apps to jam myself together, work on the editing, work on the writing, everything. So I was going on YouTube, learning how to direct from YouTube videos, learning how to act from YouTube videos, learning how to edit from YouTube videos. You know, when I got my first PC, I downloaded Premiere Pro, and I went on YouTube. How do I cut? How do I grade? How do I do this? How do I do that? So I just, and I feel like a lot of, I'm not going to take the credit, because I would like to say a lot of it is calling. I feel like I was called to do this.
Right.
So I could hear something for just once, and it will stick with me forever. If you're not called to do it, you might probably like struggle. You might probably have someone tell you like 1 million times. Yeah. But then once I read something that has to do with filmmaking, once it's in my brain, and I try it once, I'm getting it right. So it's usually like that.
I think it's pretty admirable. You know, not a lot of people are that gifted or skilled, if I have to say that. But I mean, your performance, which is why I thought, because I thought about it, which is how I most likely judge, certain performances. I look at the performance and I look at who else could have played it better. That's how I'm able to say, oh, this person can actually give very good performances. And I thought your performance was very nuanced. It was different. And I'm looking around. I'm not sure, and I'm not trying to flatter you.
Yeah.
So I'm looking around. I'm not sure there's anyone that could have played it better, especially the scenes where you had to be a little vulnerable, especially with the emotions. The part where your sis was about to, let me not give spoilers,
Yeah.
but wait for it, May 15th is coming
Yeah.
out. But, those parts were just, they were not stuff that you probably taught at film school. And that's the thing about acting. There's the skill part of it, there's the gift and talent part of it. Like you mentioned, you've had this for a long time. No film school, yet you know what you want when you look at a film.
Yeah.
And you directed a film, and it's quite admirable, so well done.
Thank you.
I'd say that. Now, let's talk about The Boy Who Gave. The story. When I watched it, I was telling my friend that came with me, I said that this has to be a story. It has to be a story. How do you write a film like that and you haven't gone through half? I don't know if you've gone through half or more.
I'm the last child. So.
How do you write a film like that and you haven't actually gone through the moments, the feelings, the emotions that was portrayed in the film?
I'm a very empathetic person.
Obviously.
Yeah. I can look at someone and without them saying what they're feeling, I know what they're feeling. And I start feeling what they're feeling.
Right.
Which is why I say like this thing is just, it's calling. Like, I mean, like I'm spiritually connected to my gifts. So which is why I can play characters as natural as they should be, because I will just be there and I'm like, okay, I start feeling what the character is feeling. There was my most recent performance with Daughters of Water. There was a scene
on African Magic, eh?
Yeah, it was a series on African Magic. I think it's on Showmax now, and it's going to be transferred to the next app.
Stream, yeah.
There was a scene that I had to do, and it was like the final scene of the character. Like so the character had been killing a lot of people,
right?
And now the villagers found out about him, and now they're all beating him to kill him, and it was so crazy because I could literally feel that person in my chest. So even when they said cuts, I couldn't stop crying, and I was yelling, I was crying because it felt like I could feel I could feel him like telling me, no, this people don't understand me. I could literally feel him. So like that's how I feel with the characters that I play, so and the stories that I tell. So I'm a very empathetic person, and I tell my stories from that point of view. I understand each and every single character that I write. I understand the world. I feel when I'm writing, I can feel the soil of the land of the story that I'm writing. Do you understand what I mean?
Makes sense. Makes sense. Are you worried that you might be typecasted? Now I say this because I saw Hijack, right? And it also had to do with a lot of emotions. You need to put out.
Yeah.
I saw The Boy Who Gave, and we talked about this one at African Magic. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the distribution on social media. Are you worried? It's a thing in Nollywood. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
Are you worried that you might not, except you make a film where you're playing a different character? Are you worried that other producers might not, or other casting guys might not see you in other lights aside from the emotional roles that you've played, or you've always played?
No. Two things. In Masquerades of Aniedo was very different. I played like an uneducated Igbo boy, and people will see me on the road and be like, you can speak English, like So for me, I say a lot of no's.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do say a lot of no's.
Yes,
even before Hijack, I was saying no's.
Oh.
I felt like I want my first. Hijack was the first film I ever filmed. But it came out after a lot of the films that I filmed. It came out after Masquerades of Aniedo and the other ones.
Yeah.
So even before Hijack came, I was saying no's. I had not been in a film before. It just felt like you're giving me a script that doesn't have head and tail. The character doesn't have head and tail, and I'm supposed to come and do magic. If you see the script of Hijack 93, you would know why anyone would jump on it. It was so good.
Right.
So I say a lot of no. So if you give me something I feel like, oh, you're trying to underestimate what I can do, I'm going to say no to it. And yes, I can also write my own stuff.
Right. I mean, you said something that if you give me a script that underestimates my skill as an actor, you probably say no to it. I've never heard that before. What it means is you rather take up more challenging roles.
Yes, 100%.
Than very flat roles.
I don't want any flat. Like, funny enough, like I can take like a boring character and just transform him to.
Right.
A lot of the African Magic series that I do, I don't know if I can say this, but it's usually what I do with the characters is like sort of different from what is written. So I take it, I read the material, and I have a conversation with the EP and with the head writer, and I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do with this character. Can I do that? And I'm like, oh yeah, cool, do it. So yeah.
Take me through your process of getting into a character. And let's use The Boy Who Gave as an example, because I mean, the film is about to be the biggest film to come out of Nollywood in 2026. So let us know what is the process. Do you have a ritual you do?
Do I?
Maybe lock yourself in the room for like.
This may sound cliche, but the first thing I do is pray.
Yeah. No, it's not cliche. I mean, one should pray.
Okay. I pray, and then I ask God, help me with this character. I just know that I don't know anything. Like, let me tell you, like people see me and maybe see my films and see like my performances and feel like, oh, this boy knows a lot. I don't know Jack, you know. So I just go on my knees and tell God, okay, God, I really don't know what to do with this character. Can you show me who this person is, and can you help me become this person? And so when I just start reading my script, and Holy Spirit just begins to reveal to me, okay, do this here, do this here, do this here. And I'm a very jotty person. Like, if you ask all the producers and directors that I've worked with, they'll tell you, Allison will come to set with his script, and he will come to set with a big book. So I usually have like a book for all my characters and all the scenes broken down. Because this thing here, it's the faintest pen is how do you say it? Faintest pen is sharper than the sharpest mind. Or what? You have to do the work. A lot of actors that I've worked with as a director myself, they do not put in work. They just read the script and they come. Like, you have to actually, what is this scene? What is my intention in this scene? What is my character's intention? What's my character's motivation? You have to like break down the scene. Where Holy Spirit comes in is informing you of like these things. But you have to sit down and, okay, I want to now break down my scene, and Holy Spirit now informs you of what you should break down. Do you understand what I mean? So I'm very nuanced. Like, I'm very detailed like that. Like, there is no scene that I shoot without breaking down. And then for The Boy Who Gave, I had help. I had Nse as my acting coach.
Got it.
So I was so scared, and I told her that I'm acting and directing. I've never done it before. I was so scared, and she was like, okay, coach is going to like guide me through it before I go to set. So we had like from 2 weeks to shoot, when I said yes that I was going to play the role, I had her work me through every single line, every single dialogue, every single emotion, every single action. So we like had like hours and hours and hours of practice, prep, and all of that. So it was more like directing me before I got to set. But it was the first time I was acting and directing. I was so scared, and she did an amazing job. Like, there are times she would like read the script and tell me, I read the script, but she would like tell me things that I didn't even realize the script, like that the line meant, or like the action meant,
Right. I mean, mentioning Inside is one of the gems we have in Nollywood.
Yes.
And I totally admire, respect her. And the fact that, you mentioned, I think I have a number of exclusives on this show. Have you mentioned Inside before about the boy, when you were doing your rounds for The Boy Who Gave?
No.
So I'm asking the right question.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good that you had to work with someone like Inside to help bring it to life, because, like I said, acting is convincing people that you are a particular character, which in some cases is far from who you are in real life. And I want to watch a film and not see Allison. I want to see the character. The moment I start seeing Allison, it's gone for me. Like, I just conclude that, man, the performance wasn't good. But let's now go to your crew. You have a very not so popular guys, and I like it because I keep on championing new members, a new group of Nollywood people that I feel like will take Nollywood to the next level. Big shout out to the guys who've done it for years, but I think we need new set of people with new visions and new directions. Now, the guys you had, first, the cinematography was beautiful, and when I saw it was for them, and I was like, okay, you know, because I seen some of the stuff that is done. Now, I want to know how you selected the guys that you worked with. What was the process? I think that is one thing that a lot of people don't ask producers or directors. How do you
True.
select the production designer,
True.
the makeup, the welfare, whatever.
True.
I think they're very instrumental to the entire build-up. So what was your process to selecting people?
Okay, so when I'm on set as an actor, I sort of notice crew members who are doing good work. Yeah, so like 90% or like 95% of all of them came from the sets that I've been on as an actor.
Wow, okay.
Yes, so I can just see like, oh, this art guy is actually really hardworking. I'll just give me your number just in case one day I make a film. This costumer, she knows her job. Just give me, and most of the times they are like set assistants, costume assistants. Like the girl who was the HOD of costume for the boy who gave, the set I saw her on, she was a costume assistant.
So now you've elevated her.
Now she's costumer for a cinema film. Right. You know, the guy too also did like the art director. So it's like that. The person who was my line producer, Mr. July, he was an AD too on the project that I met him.
Wow.
But I saw that I'm more, as an actor, I'm more with the crew members than the actors. A lot of,
as it should be.
Yeah,
as it should be, yeah.
Have said a lot of things about me. So Allison comes to set and acts like he doesn't want to affiliate with us, but I just like to chill with crew members. I feel like they're more honest. I like conversations with them. I like to chill with them more on sets. So I just, with him, I just realized that the conversations we were having, he felt like someone who had drive, but hasn't like gotten the opportunity to actually like, So I like those kind of people because I'm like that too. I like, oh my God, if you open my body, you drive that inside my body. So it's like that. It was like that for me with my friend who was, the production coordinator as well. We went to school together. She did banking and finance. I just realized that you do good in production.
Very detailed.
I'm like, come and do. She had not done before. I'm like, come and do. You shall learn on the job. I'm learning on the job as well. So we were all learning on the job. I had an interview with a sit and talk with Auntie Tina and Ba.
Right.
She said the day she came to set.
Oh, that's true. She was on the film.
Yeah, she said the day she came to set, she was so shocked because small, she was like, hey, girl, what am I doing here? It was just all of us, my co-producers. Angela, who was my co-producer and also one of the editor and technical director, he was a cam tech on Hijack. So he was the guy that would call lens, he would give lens. Tripod, he would bring tripod. But then all the times I had conversations with him on Hijack, I could see that this guy knows what he's doing. He's a cam tech here, but he knows what he's doing. So when it was time for the boy who gave, I told him about let's do this. And I'm like, and he just started like doing a lot of like easing my stress as a producer. I'm like, come on as co-producer, let's do this and everything. So it was just, I don't know. I just know how to see people who really want to do this thing. The big names a lot of times.
For me, they've gotten comfortable. And I tell people that
there's nothing to prove anymore.
Yeah. I tell people that the moment the point you feel like, I'm like the moment you start staying so comfortable in a particular space, you can't move past that space. Because you feel like you arrived, you're there, there's nothing else to do. And beyond the filmmaking part of it is how intentional you are with identifying people and elevating people. And I think that is what life is really about. You mentioned some persons that you've seen, you just saw them probably as an assistant and you brought them on a project like this and you elevated them. You probably don't know what you've done for them. I remember while I was working somewhere and I simply just brought in someone from a previous place I worked at and I brought her in to work at this new space I was working. And when the time came out, she was crying on the phone. I never knew what I did. For me, I was just helping someone. But then we had the conversation and she was telling me stories about how she was treated where she was working. And that me bringing her from there to where she came to totally changed the line of her life. She got a car recently and the former employer would probably never think that she would get a car. And that is the same thing that you're doing. Maybe you're not seeing it in that light, but it is what you're doing and it should be applauded. So whatever it is, I think you should always, flow with that. And not that you shouldn't, of course, roll with your fellow actors or whatever, but, there's just a vision. There's a line that you have. It's totally different. And I like that you are very close to the crew members because they are left out of a lot of things. Nobody wants to send them. They treat them like, crap. They focus more on the actors. And I like that it's one filmmaker who's also an actor who's saying, nah, I think the crew members also need some sort of, life.
My crew members held me.
Yeah.
They held me. Oh my God. I remember after pre-production and I told them that, I'm playing this character now and I would need more support than I would have needed as just a director. And then I remember my line producer, Mr. July, my art director, they came to Bonnie months before we started shooting to get everything in order. So we did pre-production together and I told them, see, they know me when I'm acting because they've worked with me as an actor. As an actor, I come to sets, I go into the bus, I go sit somewhere, I don't want to be around, and I focus and I work and I act. So they know me already as an actor. I'm telling them now that actor is coming back, so I would need to finish pre-production and do everything so that you guys can take it on from here. On sets, I don't want to come and don't tell me, listen, there is fire and burning. I don't want to hear that. So and they helped me, like they held me. See, I wouldn't have given that kind of performance without them. Because my line producer especially, like if fire is burning in Bonnie and the set is on fire, he will never come and tell me. He would find a way to settle it and quench that fire and let me finish working for the day before he now, this will happen today, or this will, how can we stop? So I couldn't have done it without them. Like they let me be, they let me work. They held my hand. So
let's talk about your co-actors.
Yeah.
New faces also, aside from Chicks Joseph.
Yes, and Mr. Blossom and
yeah, of course, but new faces, the guys who played your siblings in the film, where did you find them?
So we did an open audition in Bonnie.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. So I was particular about casting new faces. I like new faces.
I like the direction you're going. That's
cool. I like new faces a lot. Like even like with Gangs of Port Harcourt now, this series that we just finished filming.
Yeah.
New faces.
Right.
First time actors, lead roles.
Right.
There's just an honesty to their performances.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dami, like if you watch I'm so excited talking about this because if you watch a show and the actors you've never seen them before, you are just involved in the story, you're involved in the film.
Right.
Like, so I didn't want actors who were refined. I'm so sorry. Like for the boy who gave, we auditioned a lot of people. Some people sent in self-tapes from, Lagos, Port Harcourt and everything. And I could see that, I've gone to film school. that acting like that. That acting.
I'm an actor.
Action. Tell me about it. It's like, you can, your diction is right, you can cry on cue, No, I wanted that rawness. I wanted that rough. I love it in films, like even with like Gangs of Fear, you see like the guys like that play the street guys, very raw, very honest, So almost all the people who played leads and supports in The Boy Who Gave had never acted before. The guy who played my younger version had never acted before.
Are you serious?
Never.
The lady?
The guy who played my younger version.
Oh, yeah.
The girl who played my sister had never acted before. Are you serious? She had never acted before. For her, I was like stuck between her and one other girl. But for her, she just had this raw, honest, I've never done this before, but I can do this vibe that I really liked. So but then it meant a lot of work for me as a director. So for the guys who were already in Bonnie that I had casted, we had to now do physical trainings. So especially for the girl who played my sister. So she would come, would go over our scenes together. Don't do this, do this, do that. And it just meant that I had to do a lot of hands-on directing. I'm a very physical director, but like there's some directors that I've worked with and they'll just sit down. Okay, you do this, you do this, you do this, action. Like, what's that? so I'm a very hands-on director. I'm the director that would act it from beginning to end and say, can you do try doing what I did, So it meant that I had to do a lot of that, and then they brought it. Sometimes they're doing 12 takes, 11 takes, but then what is seen in the final cut is beauty. You know, so yeah.
They did. I mean, I saw it. I was gobsmacked, especially for the girl that played your sister. She did really well.
Yeah.
Really well. I went to IG to look for her,
and
nothing.
Nah.
Even most of that, I couldn't find anything.
See, like, it was after we finished filming the boyhood game, I said, go and share into Instagram because people will be looking for you to follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
So you can see her Instagram now. She doesn't know what she's doing. You know, it's just, yeah.
I was looking for a picture one time when I was doing like this thing. I wanted to go on a list. You know, I couldn't find anything. I was like, what's going on? Where did we find these people?
Yeah.
But it was good to see. And like I said, we need new actors. Shout out to the guys who are there, but they're talented people across Nigeria. We need them to, you know, just get a sense or even a taste of the limelight and see what it's like. You know, they would even do better. Now, let's talk about The Boy Who Gave. What did you hope to get, or what message did you hope to tell the people that would watch this film? When you were writing the film, what was this is what I want people to get from this film?
Yeah. So, we glamorize happy endings. We glamorize success. You know, there's this stuff Burna Boy said, you go explain, no evidence. If you don't make them at the end of the day, oh my God, I don't want to cry. And it's like, Dami, people are suffering in this life, and a lot of times they end up not making it. And because God would help you, and you just do small thing, favor comes and you make it, and you just feel like you're the one who has hustled the most, or you're the one who has, like, you know, put in the most work. I grew up in a community where I see people suffering from the beginning of their life to the end of their lives, and they die, and, you know, they don't end up making it. But you know, we tell stories that just only show the people that made it. So there are a lot of people in the graves, and they're like, bro, I struggle and I still don't make them. So who is going to tell my story?
Right.
You know, so I wanted to tell that. I wanted to tell that because it's people are going through a lot, and the truth is that in life, their success is not guaranteed. Some people are going to suffer and die without end up making it. So we need to. I just wanted to, like, you know, bring them to the world, to tell them, those ones in their graves, that I see you and I saw that you gave your all, and life just happened and it didn't work out.
I mean, you did, absolutely. The person I came with even cried more than me, you know, and I was like, well, why are you crying? Because I mean, just some moments that was very emotional for me, you know, but she was just always crying. I was like this. I was like, what's going on? You know, but
what you mean, Mr. Moses? The day he watched it, he was crying from like I'm like, film never even started. Like, you know,
it's that kind of film, and like you said, it just would not end well for a lot of people. It's not. It's just how life is designed. I think one film that reminds me of that is Blackout by Okechukwu Oku. It tells you that life goes on. You know, life goes on, and it's just how is. I don't want to say it's God's design, but it still is design, because some people have it good, and some, no matter how hard you work, you know, which is why I want people to go see your film, because your film tells that you can be doing everything right and still end up, you know, still end up the way the boy ended up. So for me, I got the name The Boy Who Gave, you know, so it made a lot of sense. And I really hope that this film does travel. When I say travel, I mean beyond just Nigeria. You know, like it goes outside Nigeria. It's not even it's not a streaming conversation. I mean, streaming can come and take it, fine, but it's a story that needs to go beyond. And I think it's a story that properly represents Africa in its sense, where, you know, there are people that just, you know, are in this kind of space of mind in Africa, you know, and maybe the Western guys can find a way to translate this from their lens
language,
and also understand that life is just life, you know, and some people get it right, some people don't get it right. Now let's talk about some of the challenges you faced, just as we round off, some of the challenges you faced in Nollywood as an actor. I like to ask actors this, because I know it's not easy to be an actor in Nollywood, right? So tell me, I mean, now you've won the hat of the actor, the producer, director. Just quickly tell me the challenges you faced as an actor. Let's start with that.
people or casting directors, directors, producers prioritizing Instagram numbers over my talent.
Right.
Not knowing that the guys who have the Instagram numbers, most of them bought the followers.
Right.
So it's a conversation. That's one. It's like I'm honestly like I'm very spiritually connected to my art and my craft. That social media is work. Social media is
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work on its own.
Yeah, it is.
If you want to do social media and be a really grounded actor,
so you feel like they can't work.
See, except like you have like
one has to give more than
one has to give. Except you have like structure where you're now fully blown, or like you have a lot of money. You have like a content team, but you want to now be as a young actor creating your own content, being visible. Which time would you used to be touching grass to connect to your soul to give good, honest performances? So I would rather prioritize my talents than prioritize, performing for people on social media and growing followers. Just like these few days that I've been posting consistently, my followers have gotten a lot. Like it has increased. I'm like, if I had been doing it, I would have, But I would prioritize my talents, And then second thing is, so twice, international casting directors have reached out to me. I don't know how they found me. It might be from the monologue I posted in 2024. I don't know. But they've reached out to me twice and they've asked me to audition for Hollywood projects, requiring African boys. And I give the audition of my life. And they come back with, oh my God, the producers loved you. They love, oh my God, you're so talented. But they want African boys with dark skin. So now it's like, I'm not light skinned enough to play a white boy. I'm also not dark skinned enough to play a black boy.
Right.
And as someone who now wants to go global, what are we now? What's going on? So like that's a challenge because it keeps me up at night. I'm like, oh my God. So these, because I've been auditioning for like Children of Blood and Bone, and I got a call back and all of that. I didn't get cast, and I feel like, it's you don't look African enough thing
because you're light skinned.
Yeah, so it's like that's something that keeps me up at night. So because these guys, Hollywood, they feel like you can only play an African boy if you're black, if you're dark skin rather.
It shouldn't bother you too much because if it's keeping you up at night, you're like, okay, what can I do to my skin? Maybe I should. No, it shouldn't. Yeah. They don't know that we have. They probably just their definition of black man is black in everything.
Yeah.
In your face, in how you behave and everything, and it's unfortunate. Which is why we need to make films, or we need to tell stories that also spotlight the other sides of black people. We're not just all black people in Nigeria or in Africa. There's some light-skinned, completely black people.
100%.
So, which is why the films that we're making should be able to project that, because that's what they see, right? Because when they see the film, okay, we have people like this in Africa, and not just assume that we're all black, black in complexion.
Yeah.
But tell me the challenge you faced on set as a director. I mean, aside from you said, having to handle some of the actors because of their first-time performances, but aside that,
I wouldn't say it was a challenge, but like it was like the toughest part of it. It was it was directing myself during like emotional and vulnerable scenes.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so I have to.
Did you have like an assistant director on set?
No, I did not. So I have to like tell them, okay, so the camera comes from here, stops here, I have to tell the other actors what to do. I have to now take a breath, go into the scene and cry. So it was that, like whenever I had to like do emotional scenes, I'm always like, I block the scene down and I say, okay, everybody please just give me a minute to touch grass and then yeah.
Now let's go to producing.
I hate producing. Oh my God. I just can't wait to have like enough money and just be EPing and just moving on with my life. Producing is a lot of work. Oh my God, producing is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Like I didn't even feel how much work it was when we shot the ball game. Like when we shot Gangs, I'm like, whoa, this is a lot of work. Producing is a lot. Oh my God, I'm repeating it because it is a lot of work. And I don't know.
No, fair enough. I mean, it's fine. I've seen The Boy We Gave. I'm going to see it again when it comes out. I'm going to take people.
Thank
We
you.
have a community.
Yeah.
So we're going to go.
Thank
We're going to
you.
go and watch the film, and we're going to also support. And like I said, it's a film that everyone needs to see. And the direction you're going is a direction that the new Nollywood, would, template, because it is what works. And it's how we're able to tell our stories better, especially to those people that think that we're just the third largest in terms of quantity
Yeah.
and not exactly quality. Because when they say Nollywood is the third largest, I'm like, bro, they mean quantity of films. Because you guys churn out films like every now and then. They don't mean in terms of quality.
Yeah.
They still rate essay over us in
True.
filmmaking and storytelling. And, but before we go, there's something I normally do. I normally make a film on set.
Okay.
Right, it's very simple. So I'll give you a story.
Okay.
I'll give you a very short story. You just give it a title.
Okay.
And you cast it yourself. You do the casting yourself.
Okay.
All right, so let's get to it. Let me give you a different routes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a lady. Okay, the story is about a lady who wants to make music. Right. But,
as a singer.
Yeah,
Okay.
She wants to sing. Right. But our folks would rather her just, maybe to go study medicine and all. Now she studied medicine and singing on the side. So she's living two lives. In the day, she's a medical doctor. At night, at clubs, she's singing. Now, of course, you know how the film flows. At some point, those two lives or the alter ego sort of meet, and people start to, question her, her medical ability, seeing that she's not serious and not to take that serious, So, yeah, so it's simple. The girl, she's a medical doctor by day. She's a singer by night. She really wants to sing, but she's doing medicine to keep fit, to keep alive. Now, who is that girl? Her dad would support her, but her mom would say, no, I want you to study medicine. I want you to focus on your doctor life. But her dad would also, I'm just trying to change the line, because you think the dad is the one that would say, yeah, so three persons, this person, this girl, the father, the mother, and let's just add one guy somewhere. Yeah, one guy that, is supporting her, whatever she wants to do. You want to do medicine, he's probably the one that would even drop her at the hospital in the morning, take her to the club at night. Now, what title would you give this film?
I would call it Fight.
Fight. Okay. Then who the lady? No, we'll come to the lady. Who's the father going to be? Nollywood strictly.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm bad with names. Bad with names.
You could describe or mention the films. Maybe I could remember.
There's one light-skinned actor. He's a veteran. He was in Ajoshepo. Was he?
Yemi Sholade.
Yes.
Yemi Sholade. That's the one that did the Ajoshepo with Bisola, right? Was it the one?
Yeah.
Yemi Sholade.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's
so the father, that's the lenient. You can do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So who's the mom? La, you must do that medicine. That doctor is what you would do.
I don't know. I don't know why Irati Doyle is coming to mind. Funny how I'm seeing Mr. Doyle and
Irati Doyle.
Let's give both of them. Yes. Yes, both of them.
Okay.
And then
what's the boyfriend? What's the guy? So the guy doesn't really, he's like, do whatever you want to do. I'm supporting you, whatever you want to do.
Let's give Toby Bakare.
Toby Bakare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
now, to the final one, who's the girl?
I'll give Amanda Ugo. I don't think
Amanda
you know
Ugo.
her.
I don't know. I know.
She's one of my favorite Nollywood actors. She's not blown or anything.
I'm gonna check her out.
Can I say that? I'm like, yeah. She's not like
dead there. Yeah, she's on her way.
She's like us, yeah. And she's
Amanda Ugo.
So good.
I'm gonna check her out. So guys, we just made a film.
Yeah.
We just made a film. Fight, directed and produced by Allison Emmanuel, starring Amanda Ugo, Toby Bakare, Mr. Doyle, and Mrs. Doyle. Great. Look forward to it. Coming to the cinemas near you. Thank you so much for coming, Allison.
Thank you so much for having me.
It was a very good conversation. And like I said, I wish you well at The Boy We Gave. And I really hope that we could support as much as we can, you know, and when it gets to Netflix and when it starts making waves,
Amen.
you know, we also be there to say, well, we said it, you know, we said it. And also, just keep doing what you're doing. I see that in the nearest future, in 2, 3, 4 years from now, you're going to be one of those names they call when they're trying to redefine the new Nollywood. So you're going there with a lot of precision, with a lot of, you know, direction and intentionality, especially with your lines, the actors, the films, the stories you're telling. And that is going to happen. I said it. Yeah,
Amen.
I said it. And I like the fact you talked about the Holy Spirit in your work. For me, it was, I'm like, what is he talking about? He says the Holy Spirit will interpret it for him.
Yeah.
The only place that I know Holy Spirit interprets is when we are trying to write exams or something. And our parents will tell us, why are you acting? The Holy Spirit doesn't like you acting. But now you have even infused spiritual lines with your... It's amazing. Anyways, I wish you the best, okay? Thank you guys for watching. It's been a very interesting episode on It's a Wrap today. And it's one of my best interviews. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, wow.
I think it's really essential and important. Very pertinent. Thank you so much for watching. The next one, wait for it. Bye.